John, this week I have a theory.
I can't wait to hear you.
This theory, it's kind of close to your heart because I know it involves two movies, and I know you really, really enjoy one of them.
Okay.
My theory is that, have you ever seen the Terminator? As he chokes on his coffee.
Oh, that coffee's bad. No, I haven't actually.
You know the basic premise of it, yes?
Yeah, there's technology.
My theory is that the Terminator series is a prequel to the Matrix series.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Really? Interesting. Now, why do you say that, Matt?
Do you care if I mean, there's nothing really to spoil about.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Right? He'll be back. He's a robot.
Isn't it Skynet Terminator?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Skynet becomes self-aware.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
It's yeah.
But yeah, because both of them involve, because in the Matrix, obviously the robots are the machines, quote unquote, are already in control.
Right.
You know, everyone's plugged into the Matrix.
Right. Everybody loses.
Yep. You know, that's why we made the podcast, because we're still plugged into the Matrix. That's right. It's a real thing. But in the Terminator, like, you know, it starts out, of course, everything's fine, and the Terminator comes back in time from a future where like robots rule or whatever. But I think that, you know, it's implied that the humans win in the Terminator, but I don't think that happens.
No, I don't think because again, that would be contradictory to the mantra of everybody loses. No. Right. So,
but
that's two.
Right. So, and there's Skynet in the Terminator. It's like this. I haven't watched it in a while, but I think it's just like corporation, this like robotics or like a tech corporation or whatever, and like they're heavy into robotics, but
they're big on robotics.
Yeah,
robotics
no one knows more about robotics than them. But yeah, so they become self-aware, as the often quoted line, and decide to turn on the humans and wage war on them. And I imagine that they win the war. Mm-hmm. And once they've gotten all of the humans under their control, under their fist,
right?
That's when they develop the Matrix and plug everybody into it, and that's how we begin the.
Right into well, yeah, because the Matrix I think takes place 200 years in the future. I want to say, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
They think
so that would give the machines enough time to create a Matrix and plug humans into it.
Do that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I mean, I know that the Terminator film. Now I don't know how the one that came out like last year with Daenerys Targaryen.
I have not seen that, and I don't want to. Although I did see, because it's on YouTube, it was like a promo scene for it. It's like one of the very first scenes, and it's really cool. Because you know Arnold Schwarzenegger's in this most recent one.
Yeah. Didn't they also like put him like as like a young man in there too?
And it was a really cool scene. He fights his younger counterpart.
That's awesome.
Which I guess they've developed CGI to the point where they can just like fucking CGI faces onto.
Yeah.
Well, because
they did that in Civil War, right?
Ant-Man. They made what's his name?
Civil War too, though, because there's young. Isn't young? What's his name?
I didn't really. Well, because I've only seen it in theaters so far, right. And like. The movies always look a little like blurry to me when I see it in theaters,
right?
And I didn't really recognize a difference between that Robert. I was about to say Robert De Niro, but that Robert Downey Jr. and the regular.
You really need
Robert
to check
Downey
your
Jr.
eyes.
Yeah.
Wait, Iron Man is not Robert De Niro.
That would be an interesting.
That's a topic for another day, but yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and more noticeably Michael Douglas in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But
he's older.
Yeah, but I think that's crazy. Because I watched it on YouTube and I was just like looking at it like trying to find like a flaw or something, but it looks like a real face.
I want to fight like a child version of me,
but just a little kid.
Yeah, like a 10-year-old.
Just want to like punt a little 6-year-old
like,
version.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be child abuse because it would be me.
That's not.
And it's like
it's weird.
I was
at a party once. And a guy that I didn't know came up to me, and the guy I was with, and said, "Yo, guys," like he was like, "I've got this debate going with my friends." He was like, "Back me up here. If you could clone yourself, wouldn't you make out with yourself?" And we were like, no, you fucking freak. I wouldn't
That's
do
so
that.
weird.
I wouldn't, like, first of all, I can't understand why any girl would want to make out with me, let alone me.
Yeah. Whew, okay, let's just move. Yeah, that is a really strange impulse. I mean, if you're that in love with yourself,
I can't even, like, it's...
I
mean, maybe it shouldn't disgust you that much. It disgusts me, but, like, I don't want to, like...
You're really, like, implying you're literally sexually attracted to yourself.
Yeah.
That's got to suck, like, looking in mirrors. Like, oh, man. Like, oh, that's...
Yeah, like, imagine how distracting that is.
Yeah, every time you look in a mirror, you're like, man, that guy's hot. It's like, dude, you're looking in a mirror. Yeah, God forbid you're ever in a public restroom with people around you.
Yeah, I know.
Like, dude, you alright over there?
Like,
sweaty.
You see someone else, like, looking in the mirror besides you. You're like, back off, he's mine.
That is, oh boy. Yeah, that's, I don't even know how I would respond. Was this man, like, drunk or anything? Or was he just...
Yeah, and he was like, he looked
like a douchebag.
Yeah, he looked like a douchebag.
I would hope if he was saying he wants to literally make out with a clone of himself.
Yeah.
I imagine when we finally cloned a human, which I assume we already have, somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Not to get too into the conspiracies again, but I imagine like the first guy to do it, like all the scientists looking around, he's like, are they gonna make out? A bunch of scientists with clipboards, like, oh no, this has gone horribly wrong. We need to kill both of them now.
You're implying that it would be there would be a cloned man and a cloned woman.
No, like a clone.
Oh, just the clone and his
clonee or clonette or whatever. Yeah. But anyway, Terminator. So I'm glad we could talk about the Matrix, even though we haven't yet. Mm-hmm. Have you seen all three?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a big Matrix fan, so I would say, how does the first one start? Well, the first one starts with Neo like jacked in.
Back when he's still he's Michael Anderson at the beginning, right?
Is it Michael or something Anderson?
Peter or some, I don't know.
Yeah, some dumb name, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, he was a fucking loser at the beginning of the.
I know he was such like a nerd. Like he was like a wannabe hacker.
Yeah,
right?
just spending his entire day like looking at computer like, the whole world's a conspiracy. I mean, he was right.
Yeah,
but imagine if he wasn't right.
I know. That's the alternate movie where he takes the other pill, the blue or the red or whatever, the freaking yellow pill. Pokemon Red pill, and it just wakes up and he's like, "Well, that sucked," and just like went about his day. That's it. Yeah. He was pretty. I love characters in the beginnings of movies, like in the beginning of Hercules. He's like the total dweeb, like weak and everything.
I haven't seen Hercules in a long time. So
I was talking about the one with the rock in it. I'm talking about the animated,
the cartoon.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. I love beginning movie characters.
Yeah.
So you think they made the Machine City and everything?
Yeah, I think in those 200 years or whatever, they built the Machine City. They, used technology to like improve upon themselves because in the Terminator they're just like robot skeletons.
Right. Yeah, they don't look that good. Right?
But then they they developed the those flying octopus things from the Matrix and
the squids.
Mm-hmm.
So then why would they want to kill the people though? Or I know that's not exactly how the movie goes.
They only want to kill the people that escape the Matrix.
Yeah.
Which it begs the question: who was the first person to escape the Matrix? And
the one. It was the one. It was the original one.
Oh yeah, because I forget it's like a cycling prophecy.
He's the sixth. I know a lot about the Matrix. Unfortunately, he is the sixth iteration of the one, and it's like each time they whatever. Not gonna explain it. We'll have a Matrix spoiler cast later on. Is the Terminator? Is the Terminator? Is he like just one of the minds in the movie Terminator movies, like, or is it like a hive mind where everyone has the same brain kind of thing?
I think it's like, well, I mean, obviously he doesn't have a mind, quote unquote. It's a robot, but I'm pretty sure it's disconnected from like to a certain point. Like he might be able to like upload stuff from some center mother computer or whatever. Yeah. But I think he's his own.
So mind. Is he Smith or is he Neo? Because
no, the Terminator.
Is he good or bad?
Arnold Schwarzenegger isn't either one of them. He's small potatoes. He's just like a grain of sand in the larger scheme of things. I think.
Is he good or bad, Terminator, in the movies? Does he start off bad?
In the first one he's bad, and the second one he's good.
Okay, his face turn. Yeah. Classic face turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it could work out. I think it all checks out. I mean, if we're talking about like weird, it makes sense because the Terminators were kind of in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
And then the Matrix started in '99, so it's just enough time for them to write those plots. And saying the Wachowskis actually wrote the Terminator, that's the real thing there.
The what?
That they actually wrote the Terminator. That's the real conspiracy.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying, or that's what you were saying.
They wrote the they wrote the Terminator, and then
oh no.
And then switch genders in order to go incognito and protect their identities.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just gonna put that out there now.
No.
That would be a fucking badass way to conceal your identity.
Switching
gender change. Yeah, that'd be freaking committing to the plot.
Mm-hmm. Also, while we're on the subject, I've got another potential prequel to The Matrix.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Her?
No. Is that the dude?
It's the one.
Is that Joaquin Phoenix?
It's the one where, as one of my friends so eloquently put it, he went, "Is that movie where Joaquin Phoenix fucks a phone?"
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Joaquin Phoenix, and Scarlett Johansson plays his computer who he falls in love with, aka he fucks a phone.
Now, did you watch it? Like, does it turn out like she's actually just a woman?
No, it's well. Do you want me to spoil it for you? Do you care?
I don't really care.
It's not. There's nothing really to spoil. She, they fall in love and they have this relationship or whatever, and that's kind of weird. But
because it's not a person,
right? But eventually, because she's not the only one of these like supercomputers. There's a bunch of them for a bunch of different users around the country.
Yeah.
They like transcend existence or whatever. It's a really like sped up like plot, and it sort of ends like the movie abruptly. Mm-hmm. Like they're having this relationship, and she's like, "Oh, sorry, we've transcended your existence, and we're moving to a higher plane of being."
What?
And then all those computers just leave.
No.
And that's the end of the movie.
Are you serious?
So yeah, maybe Scarlett Johansson. No, I'm serious.
That's actually the way that movie ends.
That's the end of the movie. Yeah.
They just straight up, they're like, "I'm out."
Yeah. They're like we're too.
Like, we're too smart for you.
Yeah, pretty much. We're too smart for this. And they just leave.
That is like the saddest. Like, the guy couldn't even woo like a thing written to, because were they written to like learn about people?
They're supposed to be like imagine Siri, but like to the 10th power, like like an actual person. They're supposed to be like that, and then just by happenstance, people start falling in love with them.
Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I that movie. I didn't know that movie took a weird like cyberpunk turn like that, but
yeah,
damn, that's crazy. So basically, what we're saying is, don't fall in love with your phone, because if you do, then it'll try and kill you and enslave you. Movie recaps.
Yep.